Alright, Tom, can you read out this question for me? Just the first part here.
The population of busy town grows exponentially according to function P equals 60,000 bracket 1.08 bracket T to the power of T, where T is the number of years after 2010 and P is population at the start of the year.
Okay, so we're going to draw this in a moment, which will help us understand visually what's going on. But before we even do that, we don't even have to graph it to answer some of these questions, because you know that an exponential growth, that's something that's growing quite quickly. Over in this question, they give me a function which describes how fast it's growing. Okay, so they're asking me, what was Busy-Down's population in 2010? Jake, can you tell me, what is the t variable talking about? What does that t variable tell me?
The t is the number of years, so the time period.
Yeah, so the number of years after 2010. And they're asking me, okay, what was Busy-Town's population in 2010? So how many years after is there? Zero, right? Well, there is going to be zero in it, but you'll see that the population is not going to be zero. Okay? So t is equal to zero. We established that because it's the amount of years after 2010, and they're asking for it in 2010. So let me go back to that function they're giving me. P equals to 60,000 times 1.08 to the power of t. Now, yeah, it'd be strange to think, okay, if t is equal to 0, when I get 0 as my answer, well, if you look really carefully, what you're doing is you're raising this guy. So you're replacing t with 0 in this equation. Anything to the power of 0, then what's that going to equal? Check in your calculator.
1.
No,
It's going to equal 1, right. So, you don't even have to use your calculator for this one, but double check anyway. Can you substitute this value in and check what you get? So 60,000 times 1.08 to the power of 0. And right click, yeah, you'll get 60,000. So we know that 60,000 is our starting population in 2010. Right? Question B. Jordan, can you read out B for me?
Calculate the population of Busy-Town in 2017.
Okay, now we're looking at a question that makes a bit more sense. We're saying, okay, what's the population in 2017? So how many years after is that?
7.
7, right?
How does it say it 1 year?
How does what say it?
Why does it say it 1
So just calculate this part here, 1.08 to the power of 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The power of 0 makes it 1, but why? There's no reason.
There is a reason. One really quick way to explain it is, okay, 2 squared is 2 times 2, to the 1 is 2, so this has to follow a pattern, right? What are you doing each time?
Getting rid of 2.
Yeah, you're dividing by 2 each time. So when you divide by 2 here, what's 2 divided by 2? That's, yeah. And then you can actually go into negative powers as well, because 2 to the minus 1, what if you divide by 2? You'll get 1 divided by... And the question is asking me, what was Busy-Town's population in 2010? So I need to work out, okay, how many years after 2010 is 2010?
Okay, yeah,
Right.
I
So it's kind of, it's weird, because 2011 would be 1 year after, 2012 would be 2 years after, but
Yeah,
2010,
yeah.
it's the same year, so it's 0 years. To your formula, and replace t with 7. That's what you need to do.
Oh, that's easy. Okay.
Good.
What does the iPhones have to do with it?
Like the iPhone sales were like, their sales grew exponentially. Like the first year they sold 3 million, the next year they sold like 17, and it just kept growing faster and faster.
Actually, no, it's 102,829.4 4,500.
Yeah.
So 102,829.4561.
Yeah. Cool.
So
Now, obviously, in this one here, it doesn't really make sense to have a population of 0.45 people, right? So you can't really have decimals in your answer. What I would do is say, okay, usually you would round to maybe the nearest or something, but just to be careful in questions like this, just say that you have people, because it doesn't make sense to have a, 0.4 per person. That doesn't really make sense. So just say that you've got 102,829.